major concern that I have right now. Again, my point is, once they were here, as long as they were here in the control of Fulton County, I was confident that they were safe and secure. And the other point I'd like to make, this goes back to the 2020 elections. For the life of me, I still cannot understand the fascination about the 2020 elections, which occurred 6 years ago. That election is over with. That election has been reviewed, it's been audited, and in every case, every instance, we get a clean bill of health. If there's anybody who knows what happened in 2020 on that night at State Farm Arena, it was Fulton County Commission Chairman Robb Pitts. I was there. So the fascination with this, I still don't understand it, but we'll have more to say later.
I just want to say that Fulton County Department of Registration and Elections is always and will continue to maintain fair, transparent, and accurate elections. And we will continue to do the work of the electorate here in Fulton County. The FBI is still in the building. We have fully complied. We will always comply with law enforcement and with the rule of law. And that's what we do here in Fulton County. And that's all I have to say.
How concerned are you, sir? How concerned are you voter information will be compromised? How concerned are you voter information will be compromised?
Mr. Pitts, have you been able to see the warrant? It's a criminal warrant that has not been unsealed yet. Why is that? Have you been able
I have not personally seen the search warrant. I have not.
Why?
But our county attorney has viewed it.
Okay, what has he said, if anything?
She.
Well, excuse me, I apologize.
Yeah.
What has she said, if anything?
It appears to be legitimate. The way this happened seems to be a little strange, a little unusual. That's all I can say at this point in time.
And this really isn't the correct forum, because this will be a matter that will go to court, that will be in the courts, and that's where Fulton County will raise its concerns at that time.
How concerned are you voter information will be compromised?
Well, as the chairman said, the process was different than what we expected. But we will raise that. As I said, this is not the forum for that.
Do you fear that the administration will use this information to interfere with the midterms?
I have no comment.
As far as scale, can you talk about the number of boxes that have been put on the truck?
Yes, I can. And what you should know is that we were already in court with regard to the materials from the 2020 elections. And there, Judge McBurney in Fulton County Superior Court had scheduled a February 9th hearing where we were doing a transfer of all of those records to the parties involved, but we thought it was going to be an orderly transfer. So we were already planning to make sure. We had already said how many boxes, we had already said how much there was, and that's what we were planning to do. We were surprised at this particular way that it happened because we were planning to turn all of those documents over anyway.
Chairman Pitts, you said that you felt safe with where the documents were being housed here. Why do you feel unsafe about where they're going now? You suggested that you don't know where they're going, how they'll be kept. What makes you uneasy about that?
Well, this is the nature of your question. I don't know. Once they were here, we knew that they were safe. We knew that they were secure. Once they leave here, it's out of our control.
Chairman Pitts, they have told us, the FBI has told us that these ballots are going to be taken to Virginia. Do you think that that's actually where they're going to go? And do you believe that whatever it is that they're going to do with them is correct?
I don't know where they're being taken. I haven't heard that they're being taken to Virginia, but no matter where they're being taken, they will be taken from this facility here in Fulton County, Georgia, over which I have control, over which I know and I can assure the world that they were safe and secure here. Now that they're no longer here, I cannot guarantee anything.
Chairman, what message do you want to send to Fulton County voters?
That we did our job, we have complied with the law, the 2020 elections were fair, they were open, every legal vote was counted, and we will continue to comply with the law.
Chairman, what were your thoughts when you found out, okay, this is actually happening, these are being forcefully removed now from the Fulton County election records?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What did you think earlier today when you found out what was actually happening here and the fact that they were coming in to remove these, especially because you guys were already going through the process of transferring these records over to them?
Well, I really wasn't surprised. I mean, we've felt all along and known all along that Fulton County, has been, a target for obvious reasons, going back to 2020 elections, 2024 elections, the court cases, all of that. So we've been told that, Fulton County is sort of on a hit list. There are a couple of people that are on the hit list. I'm on the hit list, I'm told.
Do you have a message for those in D.C.? Anything that you want the administration to know?
That our elections were open, they were fair, and every legal vote was counted, and those votes, those ballots, and everything contained in those boxes, they have been secure as long as they were in the possession of Fulton County officials.
What do you do now? What happens now? What does Fulton County do?
What's next from a legal point of view?
Well, what's next from a legal point of view, we leave that to our lawyers. We're represented by counsel. We already have several cases over this matter in court, and like I said, we were already planning to transfer and had already agreed to transfer the documents for 2020.
We know that the Deputy Director of the FBI is here, as well as Tulsi Gabbard. Have you guys had any communication with them, if at all? And if so, what was that communication like?
They have not communicated with us.
I'll take one more question.
Why do you believe this is happening?
You want to take it?
Well, if you can look at the litigation that keeps happening with regard to Fulton County, I think that there is some sense, or some people who are trying to make it seem that Fulton County is not fair, our elections aren't accurate, and there's something that shouldn't be going on. When we follow the law, we've had audits, we do everything. We've had 17 elections since 2020, and there have not been any major errors, and so to come now is surprising to us.